There are moments in sports history that transcend the competition itself, when the intensity of the human experience eclipses the scoreboard, when private truths are whispered in the quiet corners of public arenas, and when legacy is shaped not by gold medals, but by the weight of unspoken understanding between two people who have walked the same narrow, high-wire path. One such moment unfolded backstage at a major gymnastics championship, long after the final tumbling pass had been completed, the last landing judged, and the last note of the arena's celebratory music faded into silence. It was in this hush, this rare pocket of stillness between the roar and the aftermath, that Simone Biles turned to Jackie, a former gymnast whose name is not etched on Olympic podiums but whose presence in the sport's underground lore is quietly revered, and said, "When there were no cameras, that's when I felt the freest." The words hung in the air like a confession. Not dramatic, not loud, but heavy with meaning. Jackie, who had spent her career in the shadow of more marketable, more polished gymnasts, looked at Simone with a gaze that wasn't pity, wasn't envy, but recognition, like seeing a reflection in a mirror you didn't know was there. Simone didn't elaborate at first. She just exhaled, long and slow, as if releasing breath she'd been holding since the world began watching her. She leaned against the wall just off the competition floor, still in her warm-up gear, hair pulled back in its familiar bun, but without the glitter, the sequins, the performance-ready armor. Just Simone. Just a woman who had just done something extraordinary, yet looked more tired than triumphant. Jackie didn't press. She knew better. She knew the backstage wasn't just a corridor between events, it was a liminal space where athletes shed their public selves. It was where the real conversations happened, where the truth leaked out between sips of water and the tugging of tape on sore ankles. So she waited. And Simone, after a moment, continued. "When there were no cameras," she repeated, "I could just fly. I didn't have to think about how it looked. I didn't have to worry about what people would say. I didn't have to perform. I could just do the thing I love, without the weight of everyone watching." Jackie nodded. She remembered those days. Not the world stage, not the packed arenas, but the early mornings at the gym before anyone else arrived, the dim lights, the squeak of the spring floor, the sound of her own breath syncing with her movement. Back then, the routines weren't for judges or fans. They were for her. A conversation between body and air. A private language of flips and twists and landings that only she understood. "I used to do my floor routine at 5 a.m., Jackie said softly. No one was there. Just me and the echo of my hand slapping the mat. I'd do it over and over, not because I had to, but because I wanted to. Because it felt like dancing. Like I was telling." Jackie thought of her own early years, how she'd started not because she wanted to be famous, but because she'd seen a gymnast on TV do a back handspring and thought, "I want to do that." She'd begged her parents to sign her up. She didn't know what elite meant, didn't care about qualifications or national rankings. She just wanted to move. To flip. To feel powerful in a body that, outside the gym, often made her feel small. But the sport changes you. The higher you climb, the more the joy gets rationed. It becomes a luxury, something you earn after you've proven yourself. And by the time you reach the top, joy is often the first thing you sacrifice. "I remember," Jackie said, "the first time I did a double back tuck on floor. I was 12. I stuck the landing, and I screamed. Not because I wanted attention, but because I couldn't believe I'd done it. My coach didn't even see it, he was on the phone. But I didn't care. I did it again. And again. Just for me." Simone laughed softly. "I did that too. When I first landed the triple twisting double tuck, I didn't tell anyone. I just kept doing it. Over and over. Until my legs gave out. I didn't need a video. I didn't need applause. I just needed to know I could do it." There was a silence then, not awkward, but full, like two people sharing a memory they both lived but never spoke of. Because that was the thing, so many gymnasts had these moments, these private victories, these flashes of unmonitored freedom. But they were never recorded. Never validated. Never counted. And now, Simone said, her voice lower, if I do something new, they film it. They analyze it. They rate it. They call it a risk. As if joy is dangerous. Jackie looked at her. It is dangerous. To the system. Simone raised an eyebrow. The system wants control, Jackie explained. It wants predictability. It wants routines that can be scored, bodies that can be measured, emotions that can be managed. Joy? Spontaneity? That's messy. That can't be controlled. So yeah, it's dangerous. Simone nodded slowly. That's why I stopped doing it. For a while. I got so caught up in what I should do, the skills that would get points, the look that would please the judges, the image that would sell, that I forgot how to just move. For me. Jackie knew that spiral. The moment when the love becomes labor. When the thing that once set you free starts to cage you. When the dream becomes a job, and the job becomes a burden. I quit once, Jackie admitted. Not officially. I didn't file paperwork or make a statement. But I quit in my heart. I went through the motions. Showed up. Trained. Competed. But I wasn't there. Not really. I was just a body doing tricks. Simone looked at her. How'd you come back? Jackie smiled. I stopped watching the videos of myself. I mean, really stopped. No more slow-mo breakdowns. No more frame-by-frame analysis. I started going to the gym when no one else was there. Just me and the mat. And I started doing. When I was little, Simone continued, I used to imagine a move that was so high, so twisted, so free, that it felt like leaving the earth. Not to impress anyone. Not to win. Just to see if I could. I'd try it in my backyard, on the trampoline. I'd fall. A lot. But I'd get up and try again. I didn't care if I stuck it. I cared about the attempt. The flight. She paused. Quad is that dream. But now, when I do it, there are cameras. Millions of them. Commentators. Analysts. Critics. It's not just a move anymore. It's a statement. A controversy. A headline. Jackie exhaled. And when there were no cameras? Simone smiled, this time, fully, genuinely. When there were no cameras, it was just me and the sky. There was a long silence. Then Jackie said, you know, the most powerful thing you've ever done isn't quad. It's this. Simone looked at her, confused. Coming back, Jackie said. Not just to the sport. But to yourself. Choosing to do it your way. Even when the world tells you it's too risky, too emotional, too much, you're not just redefining gymnastics. You're reclaiming it. Simone looked down at her hands, strong, calloused, marked by years of gripping bars and slamming into mats. Hands that had lifted her, literally and figuratively, to heights no one thought possible. I don't want to be remembered for the skills, she said quietly. I want to be remembered for being honest. For showing that it's okay to be scared. To be tired. To say no. To say yes. To want more. To want less. To want joy. Jackie nodded. And you are. Not because of the medals. Because of the moments like this. The ones with no cameras. Another silence. Then Simone laughed, a light, unexpected sound. You know what I did last week? She asked. I went to an empty gym at midnight. Just me. I took off my shoes. I turned off the lights. And I did my floor routine in the dark. No music. No judges. No one watching. Just me and the echo. Jackie grinned. And I stuck every landing. They both laughed then, two women who had lived their lives under scrutiny, who had been measured and judged and praised and criticized, finding common ground not in accolades, but in the simple, radical act of doing what they loved, just because. Because that, in the end, was the rebellion.